I was hearing remote mentions in old stories of a drink that would stop wars, stop aggressiveness, it would say. It would stop wars. It would stop the leaders of the wars from fighting. The Soma recipe is well known. In India, there's probably 1 billion people that make it at home. They even had it commercialized and sold in stores, but nobody wanted the store version. They all wanted their own version that they made at home. I make my own version. Mine seems to contain those missing herbs that are extinct, and it does magic. The knowledge is all lost. It's either lost or corrupted. A good example of the knowledge being corrupted is everybody's heard put butter on a burn. Butter on a burn doesn't work. It sizzles and hurts more. It's the original story is olive oil. Put olive oil on a burn. But it got corrupted and twisted around to something that literally works opposite of what it's supposed to. Cancer is just an incomplete cell. Everybody knows that. This somehow gives your body the ability to complete the cell. And it does so overnight. I wouldn't say it unless I've proven it so many times. Everybody runs because it's impossible, right? The guy across the street gives me a juice that makes that which every university and hospital in the world can't figure out disappear, and I don't have to die. Really hard to take, even when it proves out to be true on yourself, whoever you are. It's what I call my rose. I order it from anywhere I can find it where it seems suitable. This particular order comes out of China. I never stop looking for those elements that mankind doesn't know. Oh my. So what we're looking for here is a nice creamy color. This is a combination of elements that your species doesn't know. I don't know why. Well, there is a noise. Out of light and very protected. Now it's going to be exposed to light. It happens. This is the cotton rag that was used as a filtration system for the juice. It was washed, but it's still stained. You see the piece of cotton? Folding it up, folding it up, folding it up. And see, when they made this 3,000 years ago, they had no tech. Use clay. I like glass. I don't use plastic because plastic just feels wrong. I keep Walmart glass filled with olive oil and the biblical herbs. And off we go. Things react to light. Lemon juice. Secret messages when you were growing up. It's written in the Bible. Exodus 30:20 to 30:30. The complete recipe. That recipe is lacking what Jesus knew, for lack of a better term. It'll heal the cancers. It'll do everything else. Its body just needs that which nature wants to give it, but we're so clinical we don't get it. And this is the oil. It's the Exodus recipe. The herbs are soaking in it, and you rub down with it and keep it out of the light. You can do this with just olive oil. The benefits will be unreal. And there you go. The Egyptians knew it. The ancient civilizations knew it. They put it in purple glass and stuff because light is bad. Lemon juice when you were a kid, sending your friends secret messages using lemon juice. Put it in the light, put it under heat. A message comes out. There's things in this world. Half of the things in this world can only exist in the dark, and half of the things can only exist in the light. Nobody looks for the other, the half that can only exist in the dark. We're taught to fear the dark, so we fear the dark. We don't look. When you don't look, you don't get. I'm going to get some white. I call it the white. I don't know what anybody else would call it. It's a substance that's unknown. Mankind doesn't know it exists. It hides in water. It looks like salt. It tastes like salt. It's not salt. going to fill up 7 5-gallon bottles with it, and then I'll put it in the pot and steep it away. What will remain in the bottom is what I want. We're going to the spring where I get what I call the white out of the water. I've been searching for the springs in Florida and globally for many years. People don't talk about them. There is no Google listing. There's no way to find natural springs except the ancient way, word of mouth. I've been able to find 2 in Florida so far. We're going to get water so I can get a substance mankind doesn't know exists. How's that for a kick in the head? I love that. I know of 5 of them that belong on the table of elements that they don't know about. We're going to get one of them now. Nobody has played with this stuff in 2,000 years. From what I can tell, no one. The knowledge existed. Everyone had it. Just about everyone knew. Passed from mother to daughter for thousands of years till they started burning the mothers at the stake. And then it was a bad thing and they didn't want to pass it on to their daughters no more, so the knowledge got lost. Doctors know how to prescribe pills. Beyond that, they don't know what to do with a bruised organ. I've walked this road to come get this water by hand because the gate was locked. It is exactly 1 mile. Bubbles out of the ground. When I say a natural source, that's what I mean. Bubbles out of the ground. Not an old well or anything like that. Mother Earth. And I'll say it again, there's no location, there's no listing for these. There's no way to locate natural springs. And they exist everywhere. Some have been capped, but for the most part, people don't cap them. Not the natural ones, the old wells, but this is not an old well, this is a natural spring. This is Mother Earth doing her thing. And the silt that water contains is magical. In every sense of that word. I started this experiment I've been doing for 20 years. And very weak red-like state, a much stronger red-like state. You can see the red. See the color red in the water? It can handle the candlelight. That one was mine. I'm going to make a fresh one. This one's weaker. The Fort Part Rose is weaker from the Chinese, and that's the first time the red's ever been taken a picture of. The formula to mix is right there. There's my mixing formula. B3. This is to B3. 3 different sources. So I put that in there. It is not all of it, but damn close. I gotta spoon myself a piece or 2 back. Because I plan on making some juice. And over the last 3 months I could have been steeping this, but after 12, 15 years of looking for my rose, I was tired and I didn't feel like it. So I didn't. And now in the light, you can mix this. If you want to see the phoenix, you're going to have to sit here in candlelight for the next, 10 hours and stare at it. And then we add water. Put the lid on. Shake well. It's not as milky white as I was used to. It's got more of a yellow. I think it's got more of an iron ore content. Now, because it is freshly made, it can withstand the white light now. Once it is completed, what it's going to do over the next 24 hours, or a turn of our wheel, then it can no longer be subjected to white light without suffering and becoming clear water again. 12 to 15 years of searching, I did not expect it to suddenly appear. We were down making very little things with it. We couldn't do very much. We had a thimbleful. I still have that thimbleful, and it looks like I have a cleaner rose. Okay, so we're using candlelight as usual because certain things react to white light. And I'm experimenting with the 4 ingredients. There's one that was missing, was the rose, which is fulvic, and I'm experimenting with it. To have success, this would be a beautiful translucent red like it was yesterday. Look at that. That, my dear friends, is water. Look at the sediment in the bottom. In white light, in regular white light, it'd become clear water in a matter of seconds, and it's dead. All right, now it's the genie in the bottle. There's no middle ground. It's looks like Kool-Aid, but it's a long way from being Kool-Aid. Save me. I have the red. It seems like a weak version. So next I'm going to make a bottle like this. Unfortunately, you'll see outside where I'm pulling some white out of regular source water. So I have to wait. But I do have the red. So now I need to wrap it, seal it, and hide it. Got to be kept out of sunlight, out of white light. It's well known, herbs don't like light, right? Well, this is an herb. This is just a very unique herb. This is an herb that makes cancer go away. And this is grape. Milk. The last one was blueberries. And this one is strawberry. For the most part. Strawberry and what? Kiwi. I don't use citrus juices of any kind. Once it's warm, we'll add the honey to it, which gives it the sweet taste. It raises diabetes people's numbers, I guess, at first. But over a very long term of 18 plus months, it'll get rid of type 1 and type 2 diabetes, which is kind of neat. Or at least as humans, it's happened to my friends. I use old hot plates and stuff. I don't have a lab because if I couldn't find it the way the old ones figured it out the way the old ones figured it out, then what's the point in spending my money, thousands of dollars of equipment? And they had none of that, none. And yet they figured it out, so I figured, hey, I got myself the equivalent. And then we filter them. I work on the filter material. The recipe in the Vedics says to filter it through wool and through cotton. I've learned that through cotton, not so good. It doesn't really work that well when I go through cotton. Well, it does. It works very well from the filtration process. It does not work very well from the time process. Finding wool in this age is very difficult. Finding good quality wool. Takes about 4 hours to make. You drink it like a tea. And the 2 gurus I gave some to when it was hot, they sort of went to hyper because it was the feeling that they're looking for. I don't know what that is, but I know the feeling. I just don't know what their version of it is. Removing the gross. What I believe it is milk pulp. But could be many of that, and the juice is pulp, but mostly the milk, the fat in the milk. You can see. I feed it to the dogs; they love it. And you see that nice clear liquid coming out. When it's done, and then because of the strawberries, it ends up red. And that's enough to add the honey. I've removed enough of it, so I'm going to add the honey and let it intermix. The honey has been sitting next to the hot plate. I put it all in, so it's going to be very sweet. I believe that honey is not from our realm. I believe the honeybee was imported from somewhere, another realm, another world. Now what we're waiting for is about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to add the impossible ingredients. In all that liquid, this is how much of my rose will go in. And then everything I have left of the 3 other parts will go in it as well. Is very odd because you have to stir it just so when the ingredients drop in, they don't go to the bottom and they don't go to the walls, because you don't want them to touch the steel until they've interacted. Because if it does touch the steel, you'll hear it pop. And now, like the ancient writings say, we're going to wait for it to mushroom. The top will become like a top of mushroom. I'm out of the white now. What I'm cooking outside is all I've got. It's in all water. I'll have some more. I'll have a good quantity more. I'm getting someone who has a quantity of it to send it back to me. This is a guess, an educated guess. I'd say every 50 gallons will give me a gram. Well, it's the silt in water. So it's very fine and hard to collect. And if you boil it, well, the silt blows away. Because it's silt, it's very, very light. It's just another salt. When you look at that salt that I'm collecting, if you stir the water just right and there's enough of it, you see an endless amount of small little triangles. And then you can watch them and they start going together to form the crystalline substance that looks like salt, tastes like salt, but is not salt. Conventionally known as philosopher's salt. Filtering like they say to do in the Ayurvedics. Milk, honey, and fruit juices you watch to be put together. Now you're watching it being filtered. I am no doctor, nor am I a scientist. But they were doing it 2,000 years ago. The ancient writings are pretty clear that it was happening. I figured if they could do it, somebody else might be able to figure it out. And I made it a hobby and it became this. You got to keep it out of the light. Now, just so you know that it's quite safe. There's nothing wrong with it in any way. Here. So rub it, start here, cover his entire leg all the way down to his foot. All the way, do it. Here. Okay. The whole thing, all around, both sides, everywhere, all around, cover. Cover the whole leg all the way down to the tip of his toes. And if you can drink that, drink that. Seriously, that'll help you a lot.
He really have diabetes. Yeah? Sweet?
Different sweet. Will make diabetes go up.
I don't have diabetes, Sue.
Okay.
And not too concerned with that. You have to go all the way to the foot, make sure it's wet. Add some more if you need to. If you do that every morning within you'll be standing tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Your legs will heal. But you got to go to the toes. You got to go all the way. Please give me a new rag. I use this rag to wrap it to keep it out of light. Any herb doesn't like light. Ask a cook.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, any herb, any type of herb, parsley, anything. Once it's grown, you don't put it in sunlight. Is that? Oh, yeah, it's gone. Nice, you grow your own? Good for you. What's that? I got medicinal
Oh, okay.
I get the medicinal herb. It's very inexpensive.
When I fell, I lost my hearing in this ear. Both my rotator cups are broken.
Holy
They
shit.
got to operate on both rotator cups, but they can't do nothing till I can walk. So I'm just sitting here in pain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Well,
With
this
my
should help.
rotator, both of my rotators ripped completely all the way around.
Oh, I think
You must make very soaked because he needs to absorb.
Here.
Yeah, that works. Just make very soaked. Okay, you do very well like that. Keep it in the dark
Okay.
because it's an herb. It's olive oil. And it's got, what religion are you? What were you baptized?
Christian.
Okay, I'm Christian as well. It's basically the recipe from Moses' Exodus. It's the anointing law, 30-22 to 30-20 to 30-30.
Oh, cool.
It's written there, and I follow it directly, and I've helped a great number of people with this. Do it every morning for 3 days, and then let me know when. Walk over and tell me.
Yeah.
Walk over and tell me.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if I can walk in 3 days, I'll do anything.
We'll see.
I'll help you, whatever you need.
You watch.
I'm 6'6", and I feel like I'm 2'2".
You might get a little pain, some tingling, and some itching.
Like this,
You know what
okay,
that
right?
Better circulation. Do both.
Oh, do both?
Yeah, both legs the same way. Now that rag is a little dry. You may want to wet it.
Yeah.
And only use the rag for him. If you want some,
Here.
here, give me the rag. When you wet it, you go in. You don't want to waste.
You see what you're doing?
Not to
Yeah.
waste, because if it drips everywhere, it is very hard to replace. It feels a little odd, but it's not.
Yeah, the doctors, all they want to do is give you pills.
Well, this is it.
And I can't stand the pills.
Doctors are, when you go to school, you know, this wing dedicated by Pfizer, this wing dedicated by Moderna. So the pharmaceutical companies build the universities. The doctors learn what the pharmaceutical companies want them to learn.
Unbelievable.
And we've forgotten a lot of ancient stuff, like this. You'll see what I mean. Should.
Well, this is really nice. I appreciate your help.
I don't know how fast it'll happen, but I believe within 4 days. Your circulation issue should go away too. I believe it.
When I was about 30 feet when I fell and I hit the concrete, and it just drove my hip, it just shattered,
Oh, yeah.
so they had to replace that. But
30 feet is a lot.
the problem I got was I've never been in a wheelchair in my life, ever, and I've been ran over, beat up, shot, and everything. But this was horrible.
It is horrible. I've been wanting to for a while come over and try some herbal on you, because I believe it'll work. You really should drink the juice.
Okay.
And yeah. Thanks. That's it. Keep it wrapped up. I'm gonna take my rag back.
Oh, yeah.
Give yourself a towel to wrap it up in.
Okay.
Yeah, put it inside and then put the lid on it and wrap it down. Keep it out of light. Light kills it. It's an herb.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll
And
take
by this time tomorrow, you'll really want to take care of it. I promise.
Okay, this
God
way
bless you, my friend. You
complete
too.
this.
Yeah, God bless you. I really appreciate your help. Anything I can do, get out of this chair. Anything.
Let's see what happens by tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
God bless you. Do you do Facebook?
Yeah, I got Facebook. Yeah.
Alchemy 101. I'm Aqua. It's my page. There's 250,000 people. I help out. Enjoy the oil and heal it, but there's a lot of damage. It's day 4 now, and you're not walking on it yet. So.
Yeah, I try to get up, and I don't have any feeling in the legs at all.
Not yet.
No.
When the feeling comes back, you're gonna get a lot of pain, I think, and a lot of itching. Not positive,
I
but
couldn't be any more pained. I'm in pain 24 hours a day, so it doesn't really matter. I just want to get my legs back.
this is what I thought I'd give it a shot. Try to help you out. God bless you, man.
Thank you.
Use it in good health, and
Thank you.
but the coloring in your leg is considerably changed. You shouldn't wear tight socks, even if they're for arthritis, because they constrict the little veins on your outer skin, because they're snug.
Okay.
It's kind of weird. But, if you think about it, there's many veins there, and that's snug on it. You can see the track marks, so it blocks and stops the flow.
Okay.
And in your case, the little tiny veins are sort of making up for what's not really flowing well. Hopefully it gets all fixed. God bless you, my friend. Thank you for your
Thank you
time.
much. Appreciate
And
it.
if you go to Alchemy 101, let people know. There's people there that are
Okay.
helping each other out and stuff to get better.
Sounds good.
She didn't talk much. She didn't communicate much. She played her games, but she didn't talk to people. Now she's got a headset and people she talks to every day. It was just like with the Asperger's. I feel like they are in like an M&M, and they got that candy shell on them. And if you don't get that shell off of them, they won't come out of there. They won't come out, and it takes special people to teach them and stuff. But since she started, it's amazing the difference. I don't know, with her talking and being shy, and now she'll come out, she'll actually talk to people instead of like disappearing. She was non-verbal except for words here and there. I had taught her sign language early on, and at 6 months she could tell me she loved me, which I was grateful for that. But she didn't, and some people would let her ask instead of using words, and so that backtracked. But she was 4. She wouldn't talk. She wouldn't use full sentences. And that was strictly because she wasn't going to do it until she decided she wanted to. And I think talking was the same way. Walking was the same way. Her maturity level still isn't where it should be. But she was at about 10 to 12 when he met her. And now she's probably 17, 18. But I'm not trying to rush her. Because she's literal. Like, she doesn't get sarcasm. She thinks it's stupid. And like when kids would do bad stuff, she was like, why are they doing that? She didn't understand. Why are you going to do something? You know this is going to happen. Why are you going to do it? And we've had people in the family that are like, I'm going to kick your butt. Talking to their kids. They're joking. But she was like, oh no. She's going to kick my butt. I believe the Lord put stuff on the earth for you to use it. He says so. He puts it down here. As long as you use it for good and you're not casting spells on it, stuff like that. But if you use it for good, it's like a wine of sorts. It's not much. It's a pure version of some of the stuff they sell at the store for like, not protein, but a vitamin juice drink. It's like that, but it might be psychological, but when I drink it, it's I guess because I don't eat fruit, but I drink it and it's I can feel it. I don't know, like I said, I'm not sure, but I can feel it, like when my body absorbs it.
It's enhanced the empathic side a whole lot. With the oils, we used that all up. We love the oils.
Yeah.
But the juices are a little difficult because sometimes we don't have the required taste. But we'll get down about like halfway to the jug by the end of like the month.
Gallons.
Quite a bit over time.
Yes.
You've made it with me. You've cooked it with me. We've filtered it together. You've been drinking it for on and
almost
off. I'd
10
say
years. Almost 10
7,
years.
maybe 7 years.
8's going on 8.
8, you think? Anxiety, anger, rage, very calming. I know it does cancer because I know 5 people it's helped. I know it helps autism because I know of a bunch of kids it's helped. Yeah. I like the term proof is in the pudding, so.
it feels like it's open doors. No, I don't really have to keep drinking it, but I feel like it enhances it. If I do, it does whatever it needs to heal. You know, if it's got to heal something, it's going to work on it. Whether if it's bones or... Because I'm sure just drinking it over time, you know, you're going to get... Something's going to happen. I like the dark vintage of it. I like how it's calm and it's very it's mysterious, but it's, I don't know, you'll look at that person, you'll wonder where they're from, you know, it's almost like you want to ask a question. And from what they expect when they, you know, ask, they get a result that they weren't expecting. It is a personal plague doctor vintage outfit. The hat is alchemy all over, because that's where the ingredients would go. Just pop in your potions. Which I do plan on putting some of the philosopher's salt inside of the wound vials. The swords, that's a family thing. That's like a heirloom to where, you know, your mom or your somebody would buy you a big something, a big weapon like that, and then you just hold it to yourself for down the generation. You know, the mask, they store herbs inside of the mask to keep infection and the smell away. And then you'd have the little necklace thingy that is supposed to be sage. I would just say have a cross, because just having the faith of God with you is good enough for you.